Not enormously subtle, is it?
Clearly Kenway had a strong sense of spectacle.
That he did. That he did. Hello everyone, it is the Almighty Jeff and this is episode 18 of Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Last time we returned to the Thames and took on another Templar hunt and bounty hunt, picked up all of the collectibles in the areas that we'd now liberated, and took on another fight club. So of course today is another Evie based episode. We are going to be heading into the next memory in Sequence 4, playing it by ear. Evie's search for the piece of Eden continues as she examines the notebook recovered from Miss Thorne's chest. Interesting. Alrighty. Let's get cracking.
You may have not found a piece of Eden, but this material is invaluable. Look. It says the London assassins had found a shroud.
The Shroud of Eden is supposed to heal even the gravest injury. If the assassins had found something like this, surely Father would have known.
There must be something we're missing.
Something only we can see. These look like directions. Are you coming?
Fieldwork is not really my speciality.
We found a clue to a precursor object. Don't you want to follow it?
Put that way, one can hardly refuse.
Get Henry out into the field. Not really had much time with him outside of the first memory of Sequence 3, have we? So it should be fun. I think, actually, now that I think about it, I think I remember where this memory actually ends up taking it, and it's very interesting. I quite like it. But I shan't spoil in advance, or unless I'm wrong.
Here now.
Yes, well, there you go. The objective gives it away. Yes, this takes us to the Kenway mansion. Well, to Edward's mansion specifically.
The Kenway mansion?
Kenway? The pilot?
Master assassin and pirate, yes.
Yeah. Some say that his cloak is worn by a certain British assassin.
Said to heal the sick. Popular myth is that it brings people back from the dead, but the assassin records say that's not true. I've never heard of one being in London, though. Do you really think Edward Kenway could have found one?
He travelled extensively, so it's possible. But if he did, he kept it a closely guarded secret.
But if it's true, what a find it would be.
Indeed. I needed to find out myself. It's surprising that you haven't already searched the Kenway house.
Edward's son, Hatham, joined the Templars. When he died, the house passed on to Hatham's sister.
Nope.
You do not want to bother me today!
I think this is it.
I think you're right. Look.
I'll be in the study. I don't want to be interrupted unless you have news of the lost notebook.
That makes getting in a challenge.
You still intend to enter?
If this is a Templar stronghold, it won't get any easier. Don't worry. We'll stay well away from Miss Lucy. Shall we? Can you check over there?
Okay.
Of course.
Discover all of Kenway's memorabilia. Right. Well, that sounds like a fun objective. Oh. Come on. Alright, let's just clear out some of these geezers. Okie dokie. Excuse me, pal. Thank you very much.
Still nothing here. Same as last.
Right then. Ah,
That
the
looks
old
interesting.
jackdaw. Beautiful, I miss you. I miss you so. The good old days. Right, what do we got in here? Oh, got a chest. Lovely. Okay, no memorabilia in here, it seems.
I feel like I'm being watched.
Miss Thorne is quite the collector.
A couple of flintlocks. Just open the door just in case we need to make a hasty escape. Oh, some cutlasses.
I can't believe they kept all of this.
They'd better. Won't be throwing any of that stuff out. That's all goodies, you see. Another model of the
I wish
jackdaw.
Father could have seen this.
You did love the jackdaw. Let's check if there's nothing else here. Okay, before we go in there, let's make sure we're not missing anything upstairs. Oops. What do we got here?
Another assassin artifact.
What is that? Oh, it's the it's one of the blood samples for the observatory, isn't it? Yes, of course. Anything else down this way? Doesn't like it. Wait, hang on. Oh, no. Oh. Hey, look! One of your mates is dead. What did you say? Did you say something? Ooh, something over there. Ah, his braces. No, it's his hat.
Something from Edward Kenway's time.
Oh, no, I don't know what that is. This isn't the way in here. Okie dokie. Where's the last piece? Is it this? Ah, it is.
This should belong to the assassins.
Hehe. See some of the old favourites. Nassau. The Pirate Haven. Okay. Alright. We've done our little nostalgia tour. Let's get on with the thing.
What are we looking for?
I'm not quite sure.
Beat the piano puzzle without hitting a false note. D-E-F-D.
Something only we can.
Hehe.
Not enormously subtle, is it?
Clearly Kenway had a strong sense of spectacle.
That he did. That he did. Alright. It's Boogie. Oh. Kenway's treasure. Special treasure from Kenway. He was a pirate. You'd think everything would be treasure. Well, he's just got Jolly Roger on the wall.
The history of the London assassins. Bolt holes, vaults, a hidden key. This is it.
You say you heard music? There was no opening there before.
Uh-oh.
It's closing!
Yes, I can see that. Help me block it.
We need to find another way out.
Of course, it'll be the steering wheel, won't it?
Try to find if there's another exit.
Of course. Ah, Edward. Okay, let's go, let's go. Let go, let's go.
An entire vault filled with assassin history, left behind once again.
We'll just have to reclaim this one later, or find a better cache.
Nah, come on. You got the vast collections of Edward Kenway. You can't get much better than that.
We?
Nice. And there you go. That just leaves one last memory for old Jacob to do. Alright. In a bit. Alright. That's very cool. Let's head on over to the next dreadful crime. Locked in to die. See you in a second. Let's find out what's going on over here. Solve the perplexing locked-roomed murder. Ooh. It's a nighttime murder. Or a late evening murder, at least.
My write-up of that last crime was so ingenious that Purlock Publishing tossed me quite a tidy sum. I believe this next one will do even better.
It's baffling. The room was locked. How did the murderer get in and out?
It's a very good question. Okay. Well. Kashan's body. No sign of a struggle, no wounds. Wow, that's a lot of clues. Editor's letter. Letter from Kashan's editor. Byron, you old rogue, your evisceration of the Aldwych group was delicious. Our readers cannot get enough of your clever and delightfully unkind reviews. All the ensembles in turn live in fear. Keep up the good work. Gas lamp. Common lighting fixture. The light won't turn on. Maybe it could be like a switch. Air vents. Air vents communicating with the neighbouring apartment. Ah, I see. Review. Published review of a recent concert. The latest effort by the Aldwych Chamber Orchestra must be counted as a fiasco. The woodwinds were discordant and cacophonous. Rather than playing Mendelssohn, the strings fought with him. In particular, the solo performed by the first violin was a disaster. This gentleman is better equipped to perform in the London sewers. I would advise anyone who has come to play to attempting to instead remain quietly at home. Baron Kashan. Jesus, a bit of a prick, isn't he? Alright. What do we got here? Candles. Yellow candles that have burned down to the nub. Window. The window was shut, locked from the inside, no sign of a break-in. Anonymous letter. An anonymous letter written in a feminine hand. My dearest Byron, I can't keep abreast of your innumerable affairs, but haven't you time for another little adventure with me? Cast aside your current paramour, much too working class for you, and join me in Florence, won't you?
I believe I should re-interrogate a suspect.
We've not interrogated anyone yet. Concert programme for a chamber orchestra that performed a series of Mendelssohn pieces a few nights
Now
ago.
that I've seen this, I should ask more questions.
Door. Standard door with lock and hinges in normal state. Okie dokie. Mrs. Henman.
I'm just the housekeeper, but Mr. Casham was a dear friend. Each morning I bring him his coffee. Today his door was locked shut. My husband is the caretaker. We live downstairs. We have the keys to all the apartments, so after knocking, I became concerned and let myself in and found him like this. The lights weren't working. My husband didn't want to waste any candles, so we retired early. Mr. Cashin was a respected music critic. A very accomplished man.
Interesting. Okay. Let's make our way next door. What's going on over here? Key labeled basement. Interesting. Gas lamp. Come and light a fixture, the light won't turn on. Same as the other one. Communicates with Cashin's flat, the air vent. Newspaper. Several articles. One about the Queen's plans to use the storage sector with the Dove to knight an industrialist. Another about the publishing business. A third concerning the Aldwych Chamber Orchestra, which has disbanded for lack of funds. A series of damning reviews of London's most influential critic has crushed all hopes of attracting an audience. Oh dear. Okay. Sheet music. Andante for violin and piano in D minor by Felix Mendelssohn.
Someone could tell me more about this.
Right. So this was someone who had been bad-mouthed. A candelabra of partially burned white candles.
Return and find out about this.
Gone just like that, eh? He lived right next door and often came home from his concerts a bit drunk and singing at the top of his lungs. Drove my wife near crazy. Cashin had an eye for the ladies, no question. I was a bit jealous of him, frankly. I was down in the cellar, fiddling with my experiments. That belongs to Mr. Golden. He's an awfully nice chap. We let him use our apartment during the day when my wife and I are out tending our shop. He likes to rehearse here where the light's better. I'm an amateur chemist. Henman let me set up a few experiments in the cellar.
Well, quick. So this lady?
Mr. Cashin is dead? I just saw him yesterday. He looked in the peak of health. If you ask me, he paid a bit too much attention to the caretaker's wife. Scandalous, really. They must have seen each other nearly every day. Last night I was knitting in that chair. Then I felt quite sickly and opened the window to clear my head. I certainly didn't hear anything. When the lights quit working yesterday, that sweet Mr. Golden handed out candles to everyone. He's such a nice man.
I think it might have been a little bit of poison. But he didn't open his window, and she did. That's why they survived it.
It's true. I loved him. He was the best thing that ever happened to me.
It starts like a little bit too obvious, because if he's the guy with the sheet music, so he's been bad-mouthed by him in the newspapers, causing him to lose his band, and he's having an affair, or perhaps having an affair with his missus, then it almost feels like it's obvious. Clothing. Men's clothes very dirty with soot. Come on, yeah, light won't turn on, same as before. White candle used to light the room comes from a box nearby. Shavings. White shavings on the floor appears to be wax. Interesting. Box of candles. Box of white candles, almost all are gone.
I didn't ask about this.
Violin string box. Violin strings along with tools for precise trimming of the strings. Sheet music, string quartet number 6 in F minor, op 80, violin, concerto in E minor, op 63, okay, cool, whatever.
I work very late. So did he. I only met him once or twice in the 2 years I've been living here. I was out giving a benefit recital for unemployed musicians. Several dozen people can attest to my whereabouts. I use them to create an ambience when I hold private recitals.
He's my prime suspect at the moment. Gas tank. A gold gas tank that supplies gas to all the rooms of the building covered in dirt and soot.
Well now, I didn't ask about this.
Chemical. Small beaker of yellow liquid half full.
I should re-interrogate a suspect.
Mr. Experimento over there. Beakers, funnels, and a mortar and pestle and various chemical compounds. Yep, someone's been making deadly candles. Oh, I've just got this last place over here. Gas lamp. Yep, light won't turn on. Once again. Key holder, keys to all the apartments as well as the basement. Unused white candles. Okay, and where's the last clues? Over here. Let's start a screwdriver.
Find out about this.
Mr. Cashin's dead. Difficult to believe. He led a quiet life. Out at concerts most nights. Shut up in his room writing the rest of the time. He must have been a lonely man. My wife felt sorry for him and helped him as often as she could. I'm in charge of the running and upkeep of the whole building, so I can get dirty now and then. I was just doing some work in the basement. I forgot to put it away after I fixed Mr. Golden's music stand yesterday morning. I left it there, and he came to give it back. The gas quit working yesterday. I don't know enough to fix such things safely myself. A man from the company is going to come by tomorrow.
Okay, right, we've got someone else we can talk to. Upstairs, it seems.
Yes, be careful with that. It can be dangerous. It reacts badly with heat.
Does it now? Okay, I just want to double check something.
Yes,
oh, no. That's not what I'm thinking of. I've got the right name for the guy they give to the room.
When the lights quit working.
Mr. Golden. Yeah, he's the guy. Okay, I'm fairly sure that you are El Murderaro.
He destroyed an entire orchestra. All those musicians put out of work. A rancorous old man who had no talent or creativity of his own.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
I suspect there was more to that mystery than meets the eye. I'm going to look into it.
Okay. So wicked was the pen of Baron Cashan that it brought down an entire orchestra. Scathing review upon scathing review eventually led to the demise of the Aldwych Chamber Orchestra. Perhaps Mr. Cashan was distracted by his irregular friendship with his caretaker's wife and did not realise that one of his neighbours was the first violinist with the ensemble that his reviews had destroyed. That very same Mr. Gordon constructed his revenge with care, taking advantage of his access to a screwdriver and a key. Gordon fashioned a poison candle using an unusual chemical found in the basement. He turned off the gas at the mains and handed candles to his neighbours, ensuring that his enemy, Mr. Cashan, received the candle of death. Critics beware, Henry Raymond. Sweet. Nice. Oh. You okay, Artie? Just jump out the window, why don't you? Fair enough. Okay, we're in a bit of an awkward position, aren't we? We don't really have enough time to do anything. Obviously, we've opened up a new set of murder mysteries. Most hated man in London. That's a bit harsh. And conjuring up a killing. And next up, murder. So there you go. Very nice. I think we will just wrap up there. I think by the time we've gone through everything, it'll probably be wrapping up time anyway. Evie's notebook, entry 2. Every time I look at what few papers I have managed to salvage from the collection Miss Thorne acquired, I am angry at Jacob. If it weren't for his interference, I would now be sorting through a wealth of information, likes of which I had never seen before. At least I have the notebook, and several papers that came I found tucked inside. I ought to take comfort in the fact that Miss Thorne does not have it. Though I was so certain that she would be receiving the piece of Eden itself, let this be a lesson to me not to rush to conclusions. Mr. Green has moved some of his books from his curio shop to the train so that we have the resources as we analyse the notebook's contents. It's nice to have the company as I work. Okay. And Broker's Checker. Because we've just got one memory left in Sequence 4, but we've got Playing It By Ear. Very nice. And London Stories, another dreadful crime. Locked in to Die. Cool. And Miscellaneous, this was in the City of London, I think, so we did get another... Oh, no. We, can't remember what it was now. We got, another... Yeah, it must have been the City of London, about where Kenway's mansion was, because we got a couple of chests. So, yeah. Inventory, obviously we'll go through this properly with Jacob, because it's his turn next. Yeah, you get a new outfit. Skills, we have 4, so we can get our first one of these. Let's get an exclusive one. Yeah, let's do that one. So obviously can't get that with Jacob, so we'll get an exclusive one with Jacob for him. Database, encyclopedia, people, other people. We've got Haytham Kenway. He's got a very weird, it's a very weird animation they've given him there. There you go. Location, City of London, Kenway Mansion. Yeah, it was the City of London. Okay. Right, a lot of this stuff is covered in the Assassin's Creed. Oh, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. But it's the book that was released alongside Assassin's Creed 3. And it's most of it is like a diary of Haytham Kenway. It's really cool. And items, we got the Shroud of Eden. Cool. And let's switch over to Jakey Boy. And skills. Okay. Do it takes less damage? Yeah, sure, why not? That sounds good. Inventory. Alright, weapons. So let's move up to... Just checking that we've still got all these, haven't we? Crow strength. Make your enemies eat crow. Fair enough. Gauntlets we're still maxed on. Firearms, we got the bullseye. Oh no, we got stealth revolver, didn't we? So we'll keep it at that. Belts. Get the suave belt. Walk the streets with a scoundrel's flair. A belt made for strutting. Specialization fight. Nice. And outfits. Wait, oh, so it still marks them even though you... Really? Oh, that's annoying. Alright, fair enough. Well, Jacob is going to be in the... he's going to be doing the mission next time, so we'll give him something a little less ridiculous. The Gunslinger cult. Understated yet classic, the Gunslinger pairs the spirit of an outlaw with the silhouette of an assassin. Okie dokie. Colours will leave as is, and let's get the medium dark page upgrade. There we go, pretty cool. Should we do a little bit of crafting? Yeah, we've done all these, haven't we? Let's get the Sassy Assassin belt. Why not? And the main cane sword. And that's about everything we can do. Cool. Yeah, hey, he's got the hat as well. Ooh. Nice. Don't you... Oh, for good's sake. Let's just head up. Get everyone's road. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, because just to get him ticked off so it doesn't annoy me. Very good. Okay, that is where we're going to end it for today. We are going to be moving right on into the last mission of Sequence 4 next episode, so we'll be clearing that up completely and forming our next main assassination. If we have enough time after that, we will of course return to the Thames and work on our last Templar hunt, bounty hunt, collectibles, gang war. Obviously I highly doubt we'll have enough time to do all of that. Most of it will probably pass on into the EV based episode as well. But yeah, I'm really happy with where we are. So they've done another main mission, got to re-explore Kenway and have a look at some of his memorabilia, sort of nostalgia trip back for Black Flag and Assassin's Creed 3 to some extent with the Haytham references and stuff like that. And that's always fun, and an easy murder mystery just to top it off, so all's well that ends well. Before I wrap up, let me take a second to thank my amazing patrons. My £5 patrons are Ever the Snake and Ron Hyler. You can find links to their channels as well as my other £3 patrons in the description down below. And on screen see credits my £1 patrons. Thank you so much everyone. It is truly appreciated and it goes a long way to help the channel, so I do thank you a lot for that. And if you wish to become a patron, you can find a link in the description down below. But you don't have to do that because at the end of the day, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.